Hello, YouTube. This is Willie Cartwright, host and commentator of the YouTube channel From Saved to Saved. Today, I wanted to talk to you about this YouTube channel and kind of tell you the things that are going to be covered on this YouTube channel in the future and tell you why I started this YouTube channel. So first of all, some of the things that we're going to cover on this YouTube channel from week to week are going to be related to religion, religious freedom, social issues, race, religion, again, politics, anything else that people may want to talk about. But the highlight of this channel and the main emphasis of this channel will be on religion and everything surrounding religion, including religion, religious freedom, and free thinking. So the reason why I started this YouTube channel, about 5 years ago, after being born and raised and spending 40 plus years of my life in the Christian faith, I decided to walk away from Christianity. And in later YouTube sessions, we'll get into all of the reasons why. But in a nutshell, it just did not fit me anymore. And after doing a ton of research, a whole lot of reading, a whole lot of listening, a whole lot of meditation, I decided that walking away from Christianity and organized religion was one of the best things that I could do. And it has been over the last 5 years. But along that journey, I run into many, many people who have the same idea or at least have questions about their religion and leaving religion. But many of them choose not to. Let me go back. There are some who do leave, and then there are some who choose not to leave. And the ones who choose not to leave do so because they're either scared or they're looking for more information, or they just can't shake the indoctrination of organized religion. So they've been indoctrinated to believe a certain way and they're afraid not to believe that way. Or they're afraid to leave because of what it would do to their relationships with friends and family, relationships with significant others. I even talk to people who believe that their business would suffer if their clientele found out that they were no longer part of a particular faith or a believer, in the words of Christians. Those who have left the faith, many of those people have not, as they say in the gay and lesbian community, they've not come out. So they've not told anyone close to them that their views on religion has changed. And not that's necessarily important, but what I've learned that, religion is a very, very important and influential part of most people's life. I'm born and raised in the South, in the Bible Belt, so it was absolutely everything to us and my family growing up. It was church and school were the two most important things. So I found it, I guess ironic is not the best word, but I found it interesting that these individuals who had left the faith still found it difficult to have these conversations with people around them or people that was closest to them. They had left the faith and they wanted to share this information with other people, but they felt that they would be ostracized. It would damage their relationships with close family members, significant others, and all of that. So I wanted to create creating this YouTube channel. I wanted to create a space where people could have that dialogue, specifically for those of us who are African Americans. And the reason why that's significant is because we are by far the most religious group of people, especially here in the United States, and I dare say around the world. And for that, most of us are born and raised Christian. So Christianity is deep in our soul, deep in everything that we do. But there are more and more and more of us that are turning away from the faith. And we've not been able to connect. We've not been able to find like individuals who are thinking the same way we're thinking, who have the same questions that we're having. And so I wanted to create this YouTube channel as a place that people could come and dialogue and ask questions and make comments and all of that without being ostracized, without being ridiculed, and just answer some questions or just feel like they had someone or a group of people that they could communicate with regarding this topic. Now, for me, the journey has been interesting. I did the whole thing. I told my mother. My mother was a Baptist minister later in her life. She passed in 2017, but we had a brief discussion about me leaving the faith about a year prior to her passing. And I'll get into that a little bit later too in one of the other sessions. But I told my mother, I told her over the phone in the car one day driving home. She would always ask me every Sunday or every Monday, because I would call her on Mondays and Fridays. And so every Monday that I call her, she would ask me how was church. And for a while, my wife and I had not been attending church. And so I would just kind of lie to her and say, well, we overslept, or I would make up an excuse as to why we didn't go. And this particular time she asked, and I just wasn't really thinking. And so I just blurted out, Mother, I don't believe the way you believe anymore. And she asked questions, a couple of questions, and then she was really silent. And so I told her, well, listen, we'll talk the next time I'm home. She still lived in Alabama, and I lived in Atlanta. She lived in Birmingham, where I'm originally from. We never really had that conversation. And so, like I said before, we'll go into that much deeper because that's part of the journey later on. But again, back to why this page was created. So I wanted to, again, create a space where there could be dialogue on this subject, especially for African Americans, because I think it's extremely important. This generation, the younger generation are growing up, they have questions about their faith that a lot of people in the church are not able to answer, or the answers don't make logical and rational sense to them. So I wanted to create a space and let people know that, if you have different beliefs, if you don't believe at all anymore, if you want to worship differently or have different beliefs, that all of that is all right. And so this channel is dedicated to that. Regarding the social issues of politics and race and some of the other social issues, I think that they're all either directly or indirectly connected to the main topic of religion. Somehow, some form, some way, I think it's all connected. So a lot of these conversations may start off with us talking about religion, or an aspect of religion, and it may end up going off into a different direction, a direction that is still connected to the topic, but we might get into race, we might get into politics in relationship to religion, or we might just have a whole session on starting off talking about those other issues. So I'm open and free to all of that, but I wanted to welcome you all to this channel. Subscribe to this channel and enjoy. Again, this is Willie Cartwright, commentator and host from Saved to Sane. Thank you.